Hi there and welcome to Tarot by Fernanda. Today's reading is all about 2024 predictions. We will go over the energies, the main energies or the main experiences in 2024. Where is your focus? Okay, what are the events or the energies that your angels, your spirit guides want to let you know about? Okay, now you got three groups in front of you: group number 1, group number 2, and group number 3. You can pick guiding yourself either through the card or the crystal. It's up to you. It's just very important for you to pick intuitively. Okay, so sometimes always picking yellow because yellow is your favorite color and you pick that on every single video. That is not necessarily what I suggest. What I always do is ask myself the question. So in this case is think of 2024. And then if there's a specific color that comes to mind, then pick that color for this specific mental question that you have asked yourself. Once that you have picked your pile, you can go to the comment section or the description box and you'll find the timestamp for each group. Take your time. I'll leave you be and I will see you in a couple of seconds. Bye. Hi there, group number 1, and welcome to your reading, to your 2024 predictions. Whether you guided yourself with the rock, which is the citrine, or by picking the card. Number 4, you are limitless. You can do anything you choose. So let me start with the citrine. Now, the citrine is, of course, a crystal that does help with abundance and prosperity. It is often associated with abundance because of its color, because of the fact that it really does activate your positivity of seeing things differently. And so finding answers to your problems. And with the citrine, it's like it helps you think differently. It helps you think outside of the box. It assists you with taking a step back and then finding the answer where in the past you couldn't. So this already is telling me so much about how in 2024, most likely you will end up solving something that for some time you couldn't. And it's not because you did not have the skills or the capacity to, but it's really because you couldn't see it. Like you couldn't see the door or you couldn't see the path and you couldn't see how easy it was for you to solve this with the skills you already have. Okay, and I just feel like I'm already getting shivers because I feel like you're going to realize how capable of a human being you are and how smart you are as a person. Now, also this crystal, it definitely does help a lot, not just with abundance and prosperity and the, of course, creativity to find answers. And of course, as well, being optimistic, but it also kind of reminds you to first find balance, to first find your ground. Okay, so this is why I find it so interesting that this one, because I always pick the crystals first and then I shuffle. And then I pick the first card for group number 1, then group number 2, and then group number 3. So then I thought it was so interesting how this crystal got the number 4 because 4 is solid as a chair. The frequency of 4, it reminds us that we need to first get some type of stability. Okay, we need to achieve some type of stability. It's also linked to the root chakra, because we cannot really expect from ourselves to be creative, to find answers to difficult problems, to want to achieve goals that go past the basic needs. Because if you don't have your basic needs covered, so let's say like feeling like you have enough to pay rent for the next couple months or for the month, like the current month, then of course it's so hard for you to be in the best mood or being optimistic and being able to let your creativity out. So this is a reminder that in 2024, it just seems that you're going to be clear about that and you're going to prioritize that. With this, you are limitless. It is once again that reminder that you already have the capacity. You can see this woman and it's like represented by that unicorn. And then you got the swans as well, okay? So the swans does represent the gracefulness, right? How graceful you can be doing everything. And the unicorn is just talking about, of course, the creative side, but also how magic of a human being you are as well, okay? And so it's clear that for 2024, I find that in the beginning of this year, the first thing that you're going to do is prioritize stability, prioritize things that are so basic like your health, your finances, where you're living, what you're eating. So it's like just having the basics to at least feel like you're safe. You got here. Sorry, my throat is a bit. I recorded the Spanish version of this before, so my voice is a little bit tired. So you got the energy of Cancer, the doula. You got feeling, sympathetic, comforting, nostalgic, protective, intuitive, birthing. So Cancer energy already, that's a water element, and that they're talking about 2024. That's the energy you're connecting with the most, but also this could be like the people you're connecting with the most, okay? Regardless whether you have Cancer placements or not, Cancer already is someone who feels so deeply. And what is also very interesting is that Cancer belongs to the 4th house. And what did I say? We're talking about the 4th, the number 4, the frequency 4. And 4 is family, it's your home. So sometimes when we got really bad placement in that house, we feel like we got such a traumatic childhood that it's so hard for us to recreate balance or to recreate harmony because we never had it, right? So in this case, regardless of your past or regardless of your family history, it seems like this year you're telling yourself, hey, I got me, okay? I'm whether I have people or not, I got me, and I'm going to achieve balance. I'm going to achieve financial safety or financial stability. So I feel like really this year in the beginning, right away, you're going to be prioritizing the stability that you need. Now, also, I feel like you're going to also allow yourself feeling much more this year. Now, you also got the energy of Capricorn. This is really interesting because Cancer and Capricorn, to me, what they have in common is that both of them are very stubborn, I'll say, and they really will take care of the people that they care the most. Now, these two energies are feminine because they are earth energies. But remember, my readings are for all women and men. I'm always only referring to energies. In this case, these two energies allow to birthing new projects. They allow to birthing new goals, right? And so if you wanted to birth a new business or something like that, this is perfect. Now, Capricorn energy, this is also telling me that you're not just going to be all about feelings, all about feeling the vibe or flowing or being empathetic and sweet towards yourself. You're also going to be very consistent with this new you or the new goals that you have, okay? So with Capricorn, you're pretty ambitious, okay? You're ambitious, and what I like about Capricorn is that energy that, yes, it is ambitious, but it's also very, very realistic. So it usually is going to be practical about how you're going to go about this project. So I like this. It's like I allow myself to feel, but I'm going to be practical. And then you also got Aquarius energy. So wow. Okay, grip number 1. In this, you actually got water energy, you got earth energy, and you got air energy. So this could actually be like the transition throughout the year 2024. So to begin with, you are more empathetic, allowing yourself to feel, kind of working on yourself, and also being very attentive to your triggers. You could also be very family oriented throughout the beginning of 2024, prioritizing friends, prioritizing your parents, prioritizing siblings, prioritizing people that you deem to be family, okay? It's like you are taking care of yourself, you're nurturing yourself, because Cancer as well, which is the moon, does represent mom, okay? And based on how we see our mom, we will allow ourselves or not allow ourselves to nurture ourselves. So I feel like in the beginning of 2024, you're working on that. Regardless of traumas or regardless of any relationship you have with your mom, you are prioritizing nurturing yourself. Then afterwards, in the middle of the year, it seems like you are now like very strong and really ready to get your plan, whatever project you have. It's like your energy will switch to someone who is very disciplined, who is very competitive, I will say as well. Someone who, and I love this word majestic with Capricorn, because it is true that Capricorns are someone who are very stubborn, but they're very majestic in the way they do it, and that's why they usually are very attractive. Like this energy is very attractive. And that reminds me of the fact of this card that these ones actually, they do represent of you being limitless and you being able to do anything you want with grace. Like you can remain graceful. So this is really interesting. And then with Aquarius energy, with this air energy, at the end of the year, this energy is more experimental, rational, unique, liberal, electric, etc., etc. So for me, I feel like first you get your balance, then you start to get the work going, okay, whatever it is that you have as a goal or a project. And then with this air energy, what is really beautiful of Aquarius is that it is not shy to try new things, okay? So once that you got this routine going and you're practical and you get results, it's like at the end of the year, it seems like you are trying new things. And this could also mean, because the air element, for some reason right now, is also making me think of you will be using other tools that are more futuristic at the end of the year. So if you're someone who, let's say, you don't know anything about marketing, or you don't know anything about social media or things like that, but at the end of the year, you're gonna give it a try. And so apply that to whatever your niche is or whatever your interests are. So maybe in the past, let's say that you want to be a writer, okay? And then in the beginning, it's like, of the year, you're like trying to figure out what to write about, and so you realize that you have been feeling a bit detached, emotionally detached, and you need to do some work. Middle of the year, you actually get writing, and you actually do reach out to, I don't know, publisher houses and things like that, and you do create, like, you actually hit a goal here. And then with this Aquarius energy, it tells me that maybe, like, now that you feel more confident, you're trying new things, like, okay, you know what, fiction is usually what I write, but I'm gonna try, I don't know, a new genre. So it's just really interesting. I love this, and I love how 3 different energies came out right now in your reading. Now also, guys, remember, women, men, remember to subscribe if you're new here, or if you have been following me for some time and you haven't subscribed. Please subscribe, give it a like. I'm going to be posting from now on every week, I promise. I do have 2 channels. So I do have the Spanish one where I have over, I feel like I'm about to hit 6,000 subscribers, so that takes a lot of my time, but I'm posting every week now in here as well, because seriously, there's a special energy I feel when I do the readings in English, to be honest. So I do want to keep that energy going, and so subscribe and give it a like. Thank you. Okay, first, now for 2024, you got the World. So here is, okay, I feel like a lot of you that picked this pile, there could be a couple scenarios. One, your birthday is like at the end of the year and at the beginning of the year, okay? And if it's not your birthday, then it's good that it just seems like you're finishing a cycle and you're about to start a new one. I also feel like there is this feeling that is telling you that really great things are coming your way. And with the world, this is something I really like. I can't really see what it is on this side, but usually the world has one of each element, so fire, air, earth, and water. And it's just talking about how like you have kind of mastered all of those four energies. You have found balance in those four. You have found strength in those four elements. And now you're ready to your next adventure, which once again, you'll have to use those four strengths. But this is something completely new, okay? And this reminds me that was actually this year, 2024. It's really interesting that you got 3 of the 4 elements. You're missing fire, and I feel like fire usually does call a lot about, does talk about our purpose, and does talk about also of how quick do we want to do things and our impulses, okay? And what motivates us. So in this case, I just feel like you're really going at your pace and you're being very practical. So any like rush decisions or rushed decisions and, or feeling like you need to go faster because you're competing with someone is like, that's not even present here. And I like that. Right now, it's more like you have specific goals. I will say that not necessarily, I don't know how connected you are with your purpose or not. And that will be an interesting question or interesting reading in the future for you if you ever are interested in a reading, because the fire element does also talk about how connected we are with our purpose. So right now I feel like this goal that you have is something more that you have set yourself, right? It's not something that necessarily you felt called to. So that is also something I want to say here. And it just seems that a lot of you also have really high chances to be traveling in the beginning of the year, maybe relocating as well. And accomplishing like a small goal, or maybe like closing a cycle. Let's see, what else can you expect for 2024? I only want one. You can only, I like to take one by one. I usually don't take whenever there's like 3 cards coming out flying. No. Can you give me one more? Or 2. What can they expect in 2024? You got the Page of Wands. Also, in case that you do want a yearly reading, so if you do want to have your predictions for 2024 on like a private reading, I am offering that this year. So I usually offer that in the month of December and the month of January. So you can go straight to my website, which is tarotbyfernanda.com, and you'll see that reading there available, okay? So you got the Page of Wands and the Page of Cups. So wow, so that already means kind of like that positive attitude and that you will have in initiating things in 2 different areas of your life. And I love to see the wands because this was the purpose that I was talking about, that I felt in the beginning maybe it was lacking, but I realized that you are finding that. And I'll explain a little bit more about it, because have the feeling, group number 1, that you're someone who are more, you play safe sometimes, and I love to see wands in this type of reading, okay? And at the bottom you got the 8 of Wands as well, and this is already foreshadowing that at the end of the year a lot of things will go very fast, like it will go faster than it was happening, okay? Or something that was kind of going very slow, or you felt like you were struggling a lot at the end of the year, so the last 3 months, so that's like October, November, and December, things will like really come very easy to you, whatever that was, okay? And I love to see, I don't know if you guys saw, but behind this card you got the Knight of Wands. So this is definitely a development from this, which I will explain a little bit more. And I just want to draw another card before we continue. Just want to have one of these moon cards that I love, that also are tell you a little bit about the zodiac sign energy. And in this case, you're getting nothing will come out of the situation. We'll ask a bit more about this, because this is definitely a message that your angels want you to know, because you could probably save time from you investing more energy, more time, more money into a specific situation that they're already telling you there's nothing coming out of the situation, okay? Let's see if there's another card for you. And you got meditate and contemplate, and now you got the new moon in Pisces. Now, when this card comes out, it's always because there's two extremes. There's those that are just too methodical, and they are those that just meditate way too much, or they're very like, they use spirituality as an excuse, okay? So this is kind of, they're pushing you to find that balance and to be honest with yourself, whether you have villainizing spirituality because it makes you feel uncomfortable, or if you have been going too far. And there's not too far, I mean, is you using this as an excuse to not be practical and actually get stuff done, okay? So sometimes people spend too much time in processing emotions, but they're not necessarily processing emotions. They're only like staying at home by themselves and isolating themselves and not necessarily processing anything. So this is like, they're calling you out. Your angels are definitely calling you out. So reflect on this. And remember, I'm only the messenger. Okay, now here, with this Page of Wands, it seems like there's definitely this energy of you starting new things. Maybe not being like, I feel like 2024 will be a year that you will realize that you want to prioritize your happiness. You want to prioritize your sense of purpose as well and feeling fulfilled, okay? And so I don't know if in the past you have prioritized too much your finances or work, but with so much stress. And then this year seems like you're finally prioritizing your calling, your purpose, or being able to do something that you actually genuinely enjoy doing and that you're good at. And like everyone, we all have a calling, and we're going to be really good at whatever we do, and we will like get really good in no time, compared to other people that maybe they just have an obsession with this, but you actually got talent. And it's so few of us sometimes take the time to realize what our talents are and get into doing it and believing in ourselves. And anything that has to do with Page in this path, usually, yes, of course, it will have its challenges, but the fulfillment that you feel when you know that you're following that purpose is oof. And I feel like with this Page of Wands, it is telling me that you're very new at this, because you have never in the past necessarily chosen something in your life because you genuinely just enjoy it, or just because you felt called to. I feel like you were always more called into transactions, and then in this case, there's this blessing of finally knowing what of your calling, knowing your calling or something that you're meant to do. And just remember that you don't have to be completely in love with your calling in the beginning, because it will take you to different paths. And then you think that, okay, I'm a tarot reading, but you're a tarot reading for like 10 years, and then you are called to something else, okay? So don't like be fixated on that. And then with this Page of Cups, it just seems that you are also very new, but this year, prioritizing connections. Okay, so friendships and emotional connections as well. This playfulness as well is like back. I don't know if it was something that was gone or what, but I just feel like you are prioritizing your calling and that emotional side of you, and also that like funny, comical side of you as well. I will ask about this. Nothing will come out of this situation. See if they want to give us a bit more details about this. Also, another reminder to please do subscribe and give it a like. This channel, I know it's gonna grow pretty quick. I just haven't really taken the time to post, but I hope that you are one of the people that are watching and that are supporting this video right now that will make my channel to grow a bit faster as well. Now you got this Six of Swords and this Page of Pentacles. You know what? I feel like your angels are pushing you to finally be truthful to yourself and be like, they have been telling you that you have to prioritize this. They have already shown your talents. They probably have sent people to tell you like, oh, wow, you're so good at this. You should do this. And you think that is a coincidence, but no, your angels literally put these thoughts into people. And then that's why sometimes we say things that we think, of course, but we maybe in a normal day, we wouldn't really have gone out of our way to tell someone how good they were. And so your angels, your spirit guides have been pushing you to prioritize more that emotional fulfillment and that purpose fulfillment as well, and connect with your calling. But you have been prioritizing. There's this venture, okay? I don't know if this is what you have been prioritizing, but there's this venture that involves money, that it's kind of a business idea. They're telling you nothing will come out of this situation. But there is this mention of overseas. I feel like maybe this is something you're not necessarily very involved in, but you just want to create money this way. Or this could also be that you are thinking of moving somewhere else because you think that you'll find a job more easily at this other place. So, you can still do this and then take your chances and everything. Remember, this is a general reading. But for a lot of you, they're telling me nothing will come out of this. It's not like there will be like something bad happening. It's just that what you thought will come out of this will not be the result. And I just feel like this is such an important message that I'm just going to draw a couple of letters to see who this message is for, okay? So I got the letter B twice. I don't know if you can see, but the letter B came twice. So B as in Bob or B as in Babette. And the letter Y, Y as in yellow, okay? So if your name or your last name starts with one of those two letters, please do kind of pay extra attention to this message. Do listen to it again if you want, or do listen to this whole reading again, because there's definitely a message for you here. And just, remember you got free will, but also you could sometimes save yourself time and, investment of time, energy, and money when we do listen to our spirit guides. Now I'm gonna see what can you expect in love. And remember, this is very like a general not tiptoeing, it's just a general reading. But if you do want a reading, a personalized private reading for 2024, this reading is like 75 minutes to like 90 minutes. It's like pretty long. So I usually do take only a couple readings until I know that I'm not gonna have the time to record all of them. And I only do it in December and January. And it first comes, first serve. So do go to my website if you do wish to have a very detailed yearly reading where we're gonna go even over the past year and like the lessons and maybe things that you did not understand in the beginning, why they happened. They're going to explain it there. So let's see in love if there's specific messages in here for you as well. And you got remain optimistic. This is in Spanish, but remain optimistic. Faith and positive thoughts will attract romance. Now, for most of you, with this Page of Cups, if you're not in a relationship, I do feel like you will date different people, or you'll meet a lot of very interesting people this year with this Page of Cups. We're not going deeper because everyone will be different, but for most of you, this is a general thing. This is like a rule for you. It's you'll meet a lot of interesting people. You'll go on a lot of dates. If you have been experiencing like very dry season, I guess, no more in 2024. But I feel like this is happening more at the end of the year, okay? You also got passion, and it's telling you allow your heart to sing out of joy. It's crazy how when I translate from Spanish to English, it's so easy for me, but when I translate from English to Spanish, it's I struggle because most of my cards are in English, and whenever I do my readings in Spanish, it's just sometimes translating it, I'm like, but okay. So more of a passionate time for you, 2024, and I will say mainly in your relationship. And also, I just finding really with this love that is not correspondido, that's when like the other person does not feel the same, okay? Like there's not enough attraction. And I feel like this has also to do with this, nothing will come out of the situation. So if you're dragging almost something for some time, they're just confirming nothing will come out of the situation because they're saying there's not enough attraction or chemistry to maintain this relationship. So also you could be in a relationship and just feeling like this person is never asking you to marry him, or you think that she will never say yes, or you have already tried to ask her to marry you and she's not necessarily convinced. So they're telling you, you know, it's you have free will, but nothing will come out of this relationship or this connection because there's not enough chemistry or there's not enough attraction, okay? Group number 1, I hope that this reading was insightful, and remember to subscribe, to give it a like, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye. Hi there, group number 2, and welcome to your reading, to your predictions for 2024. Whether you picked the card or the crystal, welcome. Now, let me start with this crystal because this is Celestine, and I love Celestine because it does help you with connecting with that divine energy or being able to develop a spiritual connection, okay? And this is because it does facilitate a connection to a higher dimension or to be able to communicate with your angelic beings, so your spirit guides or your angels. So this is a crystal that I definitely do recommend because also what it does, it's that it also brings this very soothing and relaxing, calming energy. And so if you're someone who, I don't know, maybe you have too many thoughts, you feel like there's no order in your mind, then I definitely would recommend this. Okay, and also whenever you're asking for help to your angels, you know, they will listen to you regardless. But having these crystals, the Celestine, I just feel like it really does have a soothing property to it. Now, it definitely does also help with clarity of thoughts, and any crystal that is blue, it will help you with the throat chakra. So I just feel like for you, the throat chakra will be kind of a big theme in 2024, and this is about you speaking your mind. And with this number 39, which actually is number 12, because when you add up 3 plus 9, it's 12, and then if you add up 1 plus 2, it is frequency 3. Okay, so I will talk a little bit more about the frequency of number 3, but in here the message is be authentic, be real and true to who you are and how you feel. And this is something that, you know, I just feel like I have talked about this in the past, in my Instagram account. And the thing is, you know that you're not being yourself when you also do not allow others to be themselves. So if you're someone who constantly feel very cringy about other people expressing their truth or themselves, whether you agree with them or not, then you probably are not allowing yourself to be yourself or be authentic, because people that are authentic, they actually applaud when they can sense other people are being authentic, and it does not have to be your version of authenticity, okay? Now, also this card, it does remind you not to like fall into the trap of always being a people pleaser, you know? And maybe this is also hinting that you probably are someone who has been wearing a mask for some time, maybe you cannot remember when you started doing this, but it's like you filter the words that come out of your mouth all the time. You filter your thoughts. Maybe you punish yourself because you think that, oh no, this thought is not a good thought. And I just feel like this is why this crystal is so important for you this year, and just being kinder to yourself. And I know that if you had the answers, you wouldn't be feeling this way to begin with. And this is something I always tell people: if you don't know the answers, if you need help, you always, well, of course, professional help, where to. But if you need help, I always give tasks to my angels and they always answer, and I love that. So they will show you the way, okay? Now, let me start with your prediction. See, what are the main energies for 2024? And the frequency tree, one second. Sorry, too many cards. I just won one. So the frequency of number 3, it is, I think mainly when it comes to purpose number 3, it is reminding people, you being yourself, and you being I just feel like you maybe have this personality of more of a comical personality. And so when you allow yourself to be yourself, you remind other people that they should also do the same. And when you have a deep connection with your inner child, you're reminding other people that they should also connect with their inner child. And the frequency of 3 is also siblings, communication. What else? I feel like number 3, it is movement, and I just feel like it does have a humor connected to it. Okay, let's see, what can you expect for 2024? Group number 2, you got the 6th house and you got the energy of Aries. So this is one of the houses that you'll feel like there's most change, okay? That will develop a bit more. And I will say why I find this interesting, and I think there is definitely a connection in here. And I did this same reading, but in my Spanish channel, and this card came out as well. So this is interesting that, similar things do come out. And then you also got Jupiter. Perfect. Which is the expansion of the frequency of number 3 that I was talking about. Okay, I think I'll start with this. And okay, so to begin with, group number 2 with the 6th house, this house usually does belong to Virgo, and this is the house of course, work, health, the well-being, kind of purifying yourself. And with this 6th house, this is telling me that this 2024, there will be an involvement in this area of your life. So health, also number 6 house, that also represents beauty, physical beauty, and you being fit. Okay, so this could also talk about your interest. Maybe you will develop interest and even a career into this. And this could be fitness, okay? You could become a trainer. You could become also a nutritionist, or you could develop an interest in that, in fitness, in nutrition. You're going to take care of your well-being, of your health as well. So this also is a year when your curiosity about maybe herbal medicine could also come into your life, okay? So if you're already interested in that, just letting you know, seems like 2024 you will develop that even more. Some of you can actually be healers, and it's true healing yourself and accepting yourself that you can actually become a healer and being able to heal others or help others with the same struggle that you have known to experience, okay? Now you also got Aries, which is foreshadowing the start or the beginning of something completely new, because Aries energy also reminds people that there are different ways of doing things. It is very impulsive, it's not thinking twice, it's not even looking whether the pool has water or not, it just jumps. So this type of confidence, if you're not familiar with this type of confidence, well, it's good to know that in 2024, it just seems that because you start taking care of yourself and you start taking care of your health and your body, and if you're someone who drinks a lot, smokes a lot, like if this is your focus in 2024, just telling you're gonna stop. Like the 6 houses is telling me that you're going very healthy. You're turning into a very healthy person that understands that, whatever you put into your body, it is definitely expression of how you're feeling in that moment. Okay, like no one is drinking a entire bottle of whatever if they're not feeling some type of way, right? So this just seems like there is wake up call in here for you, and I just feel like you're gonna even become very inspirational for other people, and this is amazing. Now with Jupiter as well, this planet does belong to Sagittarius, and Jupiter actually this planet will mark where we will be experiencing luck. And this is why you see the dice is here, because this is already telling me at the end of the year, you're going to be experiencing tons of luck. Now, I'm not telling you do go to a casino, because I will never tell anyone that. But you will be experiencing a lot of facility into getting whatever you want to. Okay, and you're gonna be experiencing a lot of luck. It's going to be almost ridiculous. Okay, but it will just, things will happen, but you do need to have an intent, right? So also Jupiter, because that's where we have luck, that's also where we can have expansion very quick. It also could represent travel, so you traveling somewhere at the end of the year, being very optimistic, or having like the benefit of this energy of not just luck, but like I said, optimism, or just feel so good about yourself. So this is the thing. Maybe you were struggling with your mental health. I can tell that because of the swan here on this specific imagery. There, it's clear they're placing the attention to the head. Okay. And I think that you will realize that a lot of why you feel so stressed or anxious with yourself, it's because all this time you have been blocking your throat chakra. You have been pretending to be someone you're not, or filtering things that you want to say and instead saying other things. And so this you do not realize, but blocking your throat chakra and not allowing yourself to express to the extent that you want to, and that your soul is asking to, and that you deserve, is making you sick. Okay, and sickness can come in different ways. So this is why I really see that this year you are taking control of that, and you are taking care of yourself. And then this confidence, and also a lot of you, I will say, I do feel like you're getting that hot body after like this whole thing, and you're getting a lot of confidence from this. And then once that you have kind of put yourself together, you have this Jupiter energy that it is pretty much saying you have luck, and you are much more optimist, and you are leaping with confidence into new experiences. Let's see what else can you expect in 2024, group number 2. Now, quick break. Remember to subscribe, to give it a like. This is a new channel. I do have my Spanish channel, and I am posting now every week in this channel. So please do subscribe, give it a like, and hopefully we can grow pretty quick. Alrighty. So it is saying you're very close to achieving your goal. Now, this is really nice. Like, this is such a nice confirmation for you to get here, to get for 2024. I do think that all it take was for you to put yourself together, to pull yourself together, to like everything that you have been feeling is so real. But now that you know where to look, then you can actually take care of yourself. And I do feel like you have the potential, and you have the skills, It's just that I think that a lot of your energy was going here because of your mind. You were not really taking care of that. So that is really, that is really sweet for your angels to just confirm that, you know what, you're very close to your goals. Don't worry about it. This is happening for you. Now let's see, what can you expect for 2024? If there are some predictions here, and this is very like general. This is whatever they want to mention for this reading. If you are interested in a private personalized reading, I am offering only for the month of December and the month of January. Every year I'm offering yearly readings. So you can go straight to my website, which is down below, tarotbyfernanda.com, and you can book a reading for your personalized predictions for 2024, okay? And one more. And the Ace of Swords. Okay. Right, so first, now you got the Queen of Cups and Strength. So once more, this is about nurturing yourself. The Queen of Cups, this is the most motherly of mothers. And this is about like looking within and empathizing and having the patience, the emotional patience with yourself. And also being able to feel that empathy with yourself and with others. Let me just drink a bit of tea. Okay. So this is really just saying as well that emotions are very, in the beginning of the year, you'll feel everything so deeply, but the situations in your life will show you how strong you actually are, okay? With this Queen of Cups and the Strength, this mix, and I know that men and women, like both men and women, are watching this, and I'm only talking about energy, so you apply it to yourself the way that you know it applies. I'm never speaking of gender. So with this Queen of Cups and Strength, this is just, this type of energy is a very feminine energy, but showing that this side, this feminine energy that you're capable of connecting with, that is very empathetic, that is emotional, that can feel, that is very creative, this is a strength, not a weakness, okay? And with this card, it is showing that you will realize sooner or later in the beginning of the year that there are different ways of doing things, and that you're so done trying or using violence towards yourself, or using, kind of pushing, like just push, like no, like for you, there's no more pushing. You realize that I don't want to push anymore. I want to do things authentically. And if I'm capable of really connecting with the feminine energy and being very sweet and being very thoughtful and emotional, that's how I'm going to lead. Whether it's at work, whether it's at family reunions, in your friendships, no more trying to be like a hardcore person when all you want to be is this very sweet being. Okay, so there's no need of being hardcore or being like heartless because that's what your workplace is asking, or it's like you realize there's other ways of leading the way, and that they are smarter as well. Now you also got Justice. Oh, you got Justice. I thought it was Judgment. You got Justice and the Eight of Coins. And this is definitely highlighting that in the middle of the year, you will be focusing on yourself and not like looking sideways. And this is how I see this, with this sixth house, it's you're taking care of yourself and your mentality, what you're reading, what you're listening to, and this is definitely benefiting your growth. And then in the middle of the year, you got Justice and the Eight of Coins. So projects, anything that you have as a goal, you are not distracting yourself and you're really determined. With this Eight of Coins, it's also telling me you have direction of what you want in life. Okay, so if this is something you have been struggling with, you're having direction, and you're also now investing. You have enough money, time, or energy to invest into learning something new. So if you were struggling, a lot of you, I feel like you were struggling with energy of like not having energy to invest in new things. But here it seems like also it could be manual things. You're gonna learn how to, let's say, make a chair. Okay, like things that are really cool, that you know that you're capable of learning, and you are being such a great study. So it just seems in the middle of the year you're giving yourself that chance, because now you got the means, you got also the energy, you got the time, and you are applying yourself to even become better at whatever field you're in. And with Justice, this once more, it does talk about how you're not distracting yourself, you're not looking sideways, and you kind of, there are a couple of things here. In the middle of the year, I feel like you're also realizing that a lot of people that did wrong, like that did wrong you, are getting kind of their karma, but that you never had to be involved to make this happen. Okay. And also, I feel like because you have also reached kind of a more of a mental stability, you also, and you have been listening to so many like peaceful meditation or things like that. I do feel like now you feel like you're not judging others, and you are being, there's this feeling of peacefulness that you didn't have in the past, and maybe you felt like you kept so much anger also towards other people, and it's not like you have to welcome them back into your life. It's just that you don't feel any type of way anymore about them, and you're not, all your energy is in you, no longer into like getting that karmic revenge or, you know, justice, because this is a reminder of like, and I'm telling you also, we can never get around justice, you know, and we will maybe never get to see justice because we don't see it, but it doesn't mean that it did not happen to that person, like that karma. Then you got at the end this Ace of Swords, and this is really talking about this expansion of thoughts and like the way that you see life, and the way like your capacities and your capabilities and how far you could go. It's like you are at another level. And so I really feel like the growth, the inner growth, but also like taking like proper practical steps into taking control of your life is what happens in 2024. So I'm not talking about like spiritual woo-woo type of growth. I'm saying of like you being honest with yourself and understanding like, okay, what I'm eating, what I'm drinking, what am I ingesting, it is definitely a direct connection with how I'm feeling. And also like how I'm feeling, it is definitely a direct connection with what I'm thinking as well, you know? And like how can I be like healing the mind, the body, and the soul, right? And so you're really focusing on that. And I just feel at the end of the year, it just seems like the clarity of mind that you have at that point, and the easiness that of like communicating with others, finally your truth, it's just like, you know, you expand completely. Now, let's see what can you expect in love. Oof, one sec. And just a reminder, once more, group number 2, do give it a like, subscribe, please. I will be posting every week, and just know that when you're subscribing, you are supporting this channel, and also how quick this is growing, and you know how often I'm able to also post. So you got here in love, you got religious factors. So your love life is influenced by religious information or spiritual path. So this is either your spiritual path or maybe the other person's spiritual path. So there must be here some inter-religion, what is it called when you date a different person, like a person who is from a different religion? So yeah, so that is what's happening. I will also say maybe cultural or like traditions could be very different. So you are experiencing that, being whether you're single and you meet someone, or maybe you're already with someone, maybe you have even built a family, but of course this is just telling you in 2024 this is something that you're still experiencing or that you will be experiencing. And you also got here finances and career, so it's just telling you that your finances is a factor in your love life. So already you got 2 factors here. So I'm wondering if maybe, I don't know where you're watching me from, but maybe if you live at a place where you may not follow the same religion and not the same traditions, so this is something that you feel like keeps blocking you from finding love, that could be one thing. Maybe the people that you're always attracted to, let's say I'm Mexican and I grew up in Canada, right? But let's say that I'm obsessed with Latinos and it's like, or Mexicans, and so I'm having a harder time to find a Mexican in Canada, let's say. So I just feel like there's something there in which you're very strong-willed about what you want, and you want something that's very similar to you, or you keep attracting people that are like that they have a different religion from yours, they have like specific financial status, and they're looking for someone who is the same or above, and there's a struggle with that for some reason. Okay, group number 2, I hope that this reading was insightful to you. Remember to subscribe and give it a like. Remember that if you want to get a personalized private reading with me, all you have to do is go to my website and you can book a reading. I will be delivering all readings in the month of December and January, and that's the only time that I'm accepting readings for 2024. Okay, have a beautiful day, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye. Hi there, group number 3, and welcome to your reading, to your 2024 predictions, whether you guided yourself with the stone, the crystal, or with the card. Okay, so first of all, this crystal, it's called Fushit. It's butchering the name, but it does, because it is green, it does have this connection with the heart chakra. So any crystal that you have that it's green, if you are having a hard time connecting with the heart chakra, whether it's closed, right? Could be due to trauma. With this card already, this is hinting that this could be due to trauma in your childhood. Okay, so it's telling me already that in 2024, you will be looking for that connection, or for feeling love again, or being connected with that chakra. So you could also benefit from going to someone who is like a professional in doing all that chakra work. And if you already know that this is something that calls to you, and this is something that you feel like you're connecting with this message, I will really recommend for you to go to someone that knows very well of how to balance your chakra energy. Okay, now another thing as well that this usually helps you with is encourages you with self-love, self-worth, and acceptance. Okay, and then it kind of helps you as well to release any feeling of guilt or inadequacy, so when we feel inadequate. And now with this card, I actually do want to read you a little bit of this card that is from Whispers of Love. Now with the number 36, 3 plus 6 is actually number 9, so the frequency is number 9. Now I'll talk a little bit more about that, but first it says, turn on your heart light, reflect on a time when you experienced love. So it just seems like maybe you have disconnected yourself a bit too much or for too long now, and it's time to reconnect, okay, with your heart chakra. And it says, let me read you a bit of this card. It's drawing on a memory of love reopens and heals your heart to receiving love. It is important to keep your heart light on a broadcast your love out into the world. Discover ways to convey extra love to each person in your life. The world is always reflecting your thoughts about yourself and those around you. If you think the world is a positive and loving place, that will be what you experience most of the time. Getting back to a place where you believed in love will bring more love back to you. So, I think the message is pretty clear, and I will be putting this on this side, but I just already get the feeling that 2024 will be a year of love for you, okay? Will be also a year of being capable of reconnecting with things that you love. And I feel like maybe you were feeling a bit numb, you were feeling a bit cold. It could be for various reasons. Like I said, this reading is general, so a lot of you will be watching this and will be coming from different backgrounds and different family dynamics. But in this case, a lot of you could be because of childhood trauma or maybe more recent trauma that completely made you feel like to feel safe, you needed to close yourself, okay? Let's see, what can we expect for 2024? What is it, something that your angels want to let you know? You got the Aquarius energy. So it's a very futuristic energy. It's very unique. Is unbothered by what other people think, you know. It's very detached. Could be eccentric. You got the North Node, which is destiny, which also represents any gifts we have. So, you know, let's say clairvoyance is a gift. So you will have it, or your North Node will also point in the direction of, yes, a gift, but also where you will experience more easiness or facility, okay? So we will see. I mean, if you know where your North Node is, I will say do look at your astral chart. You can get that just by typing astral chart on Google, and then you just type your date of birth and the exact time of birth, at the same time your location as well, and you will see where your North Node is, okay? This, if for some reason, seems like this year you will be actually developing that. So let's say that your North Node is in house number 9, so that will be travel and expansion, okay? And that will also be spirituality and open mind. So this is what will be happening for you in 2024. So I will recommend for all of you to go and look where your North Node is. You also got Saturn, okay? So, okay, with this placement, it is telling me that a lot of you that are watching in the pick number 3, you are, whether you're 28 or 35, like, or about to turn that age, okay? You're around that age. So 28, you could be 27 or 29. In 2024, you could be 35 or 34 and 36. 42, so it's, you have to add up 7, so you start at 28 and you start adding 7, because every 7 years Saturn is this planet that reminds us of our responsibility, the responsibility that we have to ourselves but to others as well, okay? So it is telling you that it's time to take responsibility. It is time to take yourself seriously. It is time to also reconnect with ambition. Maybe you were very disconnected with your ambition. You were trying to just have an easy path, which is fine, but it's just telling you an easy path, doing what you're meant to do is possible, but an easy path, just avoiding where you're being called to go, then that's just, you know, nonsense. And Saturn is usually reminding you of that. Let me see if there is another message for you for 2024, and then we'll go to predictions. Now, also, do remember that by subscribing, by giving a like, you are supporting this channel. So even if it's the first time that you're here, you know, do subscribe. If by the second, the third video you don't like it, you can always unsubscribe. But by subscribing and giving a like, you are helping this channel to be growing faster, quicker, and to be able to reach, for these videos, to reach more and more people that also, like you, do want to be able to listen to these messages. Now, you also got a fiery climax approaches. You got full moon in Aries. So there's this, there's a lot of fire in here and confidence, I will say. Predominant energies is, it's air and fire right now. And you also got Earth. But I'm just feeling this is more of year in which you put your confidence and your ambition into place, and with this air element you are unafraid and to try different things, even if it's like different to a point in which you could, other people could be a bit ashamed of like even trying it. But it's like this year you just don't care what people think of you. This is what I'm getting from this. It's like you're being called with this North Node and Saturn at the same time. You're just being called to your purpose, and you realize now that you shouldn't be caring about what other people feel. A lot of you, this calling could actually be to the like serving your community, or like you finally, you know, everyone's calling will help or will, you know, really bring something to the community in one way or another. And maybe in the past you were just caring about yourself and your needs, but this year you're being called upon to take your responsibility in this world and do something that is actually benefiting others as well. And that is also the frequency of number 9. When I said I will talk about this a bit more later, it's because the frequency of number 9, usually people that have life path 9 are people that have lived several lives already. They're old souls, and it's easier for them to actually be at the service of others. Like they're not suffering because of it. While other people, if we are living in the service of others, we suffer because we are individuals and we want to do what we want, and we want to do something that we feel that is only benefiting us or mainly benefiting us. And so any purpose, like higher purpose like that, or the thought of also unconditional love in which you're not necessarily getting anything back, is really foreign to a lot of us, to the majority of us, including me. So I just feel like some of you are older souls and are being called to finally respect and being truthful to your purpose and your calling, and use the capacity that you have of unconditional love and being able to be at the service of your community. Alrighty, so let's see what predictions can you expect for 2024. The Two of Wands. These are too many. Can you give me one more? One more. Also, if you are interested in a private reading, a personalized reading, because this is a general reading, just go to my website. Every year in the month of December and January are the years I actually give I offer the yearly readings for your predictions, and it's a very detailed reading. It does last a good 75 minutes up to 90 minutes, depending of how much information there is. And we go into detail of last year, this year, your angel's messages, love, career, all of that. See, you got the Two of Wands. You got the Page of Wands with the Ace of Wands. And you got the Page of Cups. Alrighty. I feel like you were also very called to pick pile number 1, because there's a similar message here with pile number 1. Now, you, however, for group number 3, with this Two of Wands, it definitely is about kind of realizing what matters to you, what actually makes you feel passionate about something, what makes you feel excited, what makes you feel optimistic. But I really have this feeling with this specific deck, with this Two of Wands, I also feel like it's talking about a union, like you uniting yourself, your life with someone else, you realizing the importance of teamwork, or like being with someone. Like not necessarily that you're unhappy if you're by yourself, but like I just have this feeling that you realize that it's really important to be surrounded of other people, that you actually need them. We are human beings and we're social beings, and that we do need to be around others. Also with this Two of Wands, it is really showing like you are kind of scanning the room, you're scanning your life, and you're like, okay, what genuinely matters to me and what makes me feel excited. And I wanted to ask a bit more details about this Two of Wands, and once more, this is a general reading, but this is confirming with this Knight of Cups what I was feeling, that this for a lot of you actually is reflecting about your love life. This type of realizing that you kind of want a companion. This is for a lot of you happening in the beginning of the year. And with this Knight of Cups, it's you open yourself to that, to offer that, or to be offered that as well. And for those that are in a relationship, I just feel like maybe you were not appreciative of your partner to the extent that you could, or that you're capable to. And I just feel like it's because that heart chakra has been closed for some time. And so you are reopening that heart chakra, and you're being much more appreciative to those that matter to you. And now you got the Ace of Wands and the Page of Wands. So they came out like this. And so this one technically is first, and this makes sense to me because with this Ace of Wands and then the Page of Wands, it's telling me that in 2024, group number 3, you will get kind of this wand from the universe that is opportunity to go on a specific path, and this is telling me that you're taking it. See, with this Ace of Wands, I don't know if you can see the feathers. So this is telling me in the middle of the year, you will be seeing a lot of signs, but a lot of signs sent from your angels or spirit guides. Okay. So this can be people. This can be that you're seeing numbers nonstop. You're hearing specific words all the time. You're seeing feathers all the time when you're thinking about something. So you are capable of recognizing that this is a sign. And so with this Ace of Wands, they're giving you that Ace of Wands. They're giving you that opportunity of clarity of like what your next step should be. And this can be an opportunity in something that you're passionate, that really comes so randomly, and I'm telling you, it's really, really important for you to take it. And this is because of Saturn, the North Node. They are reminding you of your responsibility, and because of your age as well, this reminder is so clear, and I think most of you will take and kind of answer that call. And now you see this Page of Wands actually writing this wand that was just given. It's like you quickly hop on it and you're very optimistic, and you also, of course, experience luck, because in the beginning we do experience luck. You're not the best at whatever you do. You're not necessarily yet a professional, but you will become one day. And the thing is, now you realize that it's so important to also like and be passionate about what we do on a daily basis, okay? And you realize that there is, of course, a feeling of fulfillment as well when you realize or you feel like you're on the right path as well. Now, this is also talking about being, once again, in touch with your creativity, being able to reconnect with that creativity. And you wouldn't have been able to reconnect with your creativity if you would not have opened that heart chakra. So the heart chakra, you're taking care of that in the beginning of the year. And because of that, you're now more perceptive of the messages from your angels and the signs as well. And then you take this opportunity and see, at the end of the year, you got the Page of Cups. So I just feel like you feel so much more free in your romantic life, in expressing yourself, in expressing who you are, in showing yourself exactly how you want to show yourself, and also lighthearted. I just feel like you're much more lighthearted. And with this Page of Cups, they're telling me there's something specific about this. Is like you being able to foresee the future, in the sense of like you're so connected now, and you are so like you have this you feel lighthearted as well, that because of that, you can clearly see what your next step should be, and you can clearly see how this story will end. And I feel like this is a very positive message. It's not like, how will this story end, and like this being a a precaution message. It's more of like you being so in tune that you just know how things will go. Also, a lot of you will start actually dating a lot at the end of the year as well. Will not only be very excited and passionate of what you do, but you will feel like this emotional fulfillment as well, okay? Let's see. You got forget your ex as a message. You got kids as well. I'm gonna draw another one. So it is telling you it is time for you to let go and purify your energy. So a lot of you, if you're dragging an ex, or you're dragging something that was almost something, or you dated that person but you guys are not dating, they're just telling you let that person go. 2024 is time to let that person go. And then kids, your romantic life is being affected by kids, and this could be because you will be having kids, and you will experience a lot of this like hit of reality and hit of responsibility as well, and being like, wow, I'm now have this huge responsibility and this unconditional love that I need to feel for them as well, right? And if we did not experience that in our family, sometimes it's really hard for us to tune with that. And this could also mean some of you, very few of you that have pick this pile, maybe you have been worried about like becoming a mom or a dad and feeling like you have not really opened your heart chakra, and you don't know how you will connect with them. But trust me, you're taking care of that this year. You're connecting with your heart again, but it definitely, your life and your plans are being affected by kids. And if you don't have kids and you're getting this message, and for some reason you intuitively have been getting a feeling that you will get surprised by some news, of kids, and you don't want to, this is another message. This is a confirmation that if you're not looking to have kids, do take the precaution necessaries for that, okay? Group number 3, I hope that this reading was insightful. Remember, if you do want a private reading, you can go straight to my website, and if you can subscribe, give it a like. I appreciate that so much, and I'll make sure also if you leave a comment to reply. See you on the next pick a card. Bye.